Hi, I'm Karl, customer of Triumph East London. I'm here today at Hoghton Tower to do my first hill climb sprint on my fantastic Triumph Street Triple 765 RS. I've had this bike roughly a year now, coming up to its first service, so I know I've got to have that done soon. And I've had this my 9th Triumph with Triumph East London, part of LIND. Got into bikes due to a dare with my best friend at the time. He basically said we should do something really stupid. We both got on our licenses. We did it within 3 months, literally every weekend for 3 months. We're taken up doing the CBT and all the rest of the licensing. And then we went nuts. The first thing we did, I had a Triumph Daytona 650, which we then took out and took on Brands Hatch. We went nuts with it. That was also in yellow, so I have got a thing for bright colours. And to this day, we try and outdo each other. So I'm actually here today to compete on the Hoghton Tower as part of that bet, which is an ongoing thing. I am winning, so he's going to laugh when he sees this. What other Triumphs have I had? I started off with a Daytona 650. I then bought a Street Triple 675 in roulette green. I had the new Trident 660 when it came out, but that met its maker 6 months after I bought it due to a commuting accident. I then bought a Speed Triple 1200 RS, which unfortunately got stolen a month after I bought it. Moved on to the Tiger Sport 660, moved from the Tiger Sport 660 into this fantastic Street Triple. I currently have a Scrambler 400X on order, and I also am looking at the Daytona 765 Moto 2 limited edition, which Triumph East London's sourcing for me. I'm quite particular with what I want on it, so they're trying to find the right bike. What's the longest journey I've ever done on a motorbike? I'm a bit of a nutter. If someone was to message me at 7 o'clock at night, I would make it across to Wales to go to the Adventure Centre, which has done that a few times. That's probably one of the longest, although today was also, to get here was quite a long journey, although it counted in a vehicle. I wouldn't mind driving it. I aim to do the Land's End to John O'Groats as part of the Mind charity that I support. That coincides with what I do as my company as I'm an IT guy, just an IT geek at an energy firm in the UK. Working in IT definitely inspires me to get off work as soon as possible, get onto the bike and just shed as much of what's in my head as possible. I would say being locked in a dark room is the stereotype. It's not quite that bad, but I do really want to get out as much as possible. I'm not a fair weather rider, I'll get in anything. I've got pretty much all the gear and no idea. I do have off-road gear, I have all my leathers, got a lot of Triumph t-shirts, I've got a lot of the Alpine Stars boots I've just bought. Unfortunately I forgot them, so I'm wearing my comfy ones. So I've just got the Triumph Alpine Stars ones, and then all of the armour and everything is really good. So it's I'll be getting that next time I do it. Experience with LIND has always been phenomenal, and I'm not just saying that. It'd probably be easier to tell you what the bad experiences are with other dealerships, but I don't want to drop names. I turned up to LIND to have my 650 Daytona serviced, and from that day they have basically taken me under their wing. I'm really got in the shop all the time. I even had to use their coffee maker thanks to Steve, their ex-manager, who's part of the reason I'm here today as well. I basically turned up with my Street Triple, my roulette green Street Triple, and said, I want a new Trident. It's going to be a commuter. I need something that's going to be quite reliable. I bought that, paid for it, went in to get it within a couple of weeks, and then from there I was hooked. Their showroom's laid out in such a way that they put the bike that seems to appeal to me the most at the front door, and I went in every single week after that and was just a cup of coffee, chat, new bike, cup of tea, cup of coffee, chat, new t-shirt, and every time I go in I do make a point of just buying something. So I know them all by name. Obviously Mark's now the manager over there, but you've got the boys behind the service desk and the guys in the garage that look after me a lot. The other sales guys are usually on the different events we do. It's fantastic. It's such a good family. It's not just a dealership, they do genuinely care. If I was to go missing, I'm 99% sure they'd phone me to find out where I am and if I'm okay. They know my little girl, I've got a 5-year-old daughter, my wife. They go in there and they're treated really, really well. I would highly recommend them. I don't go anywhere else now. I purposely only buy from LIND. Best biking experience I've ever had probably would be, so I like trying something new every year, and last year was wheelies and stunt riding. Got the sprint this year, I've done Santa Pod. There's lots of different things that have all been done through the Plan B that Mark runs, and I would say that every time I do something, it takes me to another level and I go, oh, that was the best, no, that was the best. So I don't think there is a best. I think just being on 2 wheels, out in relatively good weather, if you had to pick some, would be the best experience I could have. I was on a natural buzz that day, so riding to Wales to go to the experience, I wasn't due to go. Unfortunately, one of the members decided that he couldn't go, so I was offered the space. I got a message at 7 AM saying, do you want to go? And I was like, oh, I've got work. It was half term, I had my little girl to look after. I cried basically about it all day. I really wanted to do it. I've done a couple now and they just get better every time. But I got on the bike at 7 o'clock after a second prompt, and I just packed up my stuff, enough to sort of last. I've got a go bag, got on the bike, ran straight down to Wales. There was no traffic, it was fantastic. Shared my location with Mark on WhatsApp, and they were watching me get there. So I think I had one stop, which was just an excitement wee, and I cracked on again. Got there about 1:30 in the morning, and the rest is history. Fantastic day. Absolutely abused the 400X, which then made me go and buy one. And I can't wait for LIND to get it for me. It's a green one, first green bike. So I do wear Triumph gear. I've just treated myself. These I'm wearing these because it's a new event and I've worn these in. But I've got a full set of one-piece Triumph leathers that have just been purchased. I wanted them. I've been looking for them for a while, but all the shoulders and the badges are very in style and minimalistic. And I just like the Triumph gear. It's just really, really nice. The inside's waterproof, it's windproof, and because of the amount of riding I do, my gear does get a little bit stressed. And when one set of leathers is in the wash, it's always hard to find a set of clothing that I can then move into. I have just bought them. Like I say, I bought the Alpine boots, Alpine Star boots. They are very comfortable looking. And the only thing I don't have is some Triumph gloves, so maybe that'll be what I go in for next time I get a coffee. What are my plans for the Scrambler 400? So I've been talking to LIND about some custom work actually on that. I've had some custom work on the street triples, just some paint and stuff, but I want to take the Scrambler a little bit more. So I went on the adventure day, the 400's biggest weakness I felt was the fact that the side stand is too long. So I'm going to have that trimmed down, turned into a little bit more of a manageable bike. I'm having some custom hubs made for the wheels, and they're going to put spokes on them so it looks a bit more aggressive and in line with like the off-road Tiger rallies. And then obviously there's maybe a little bit of extra work on the paintwork. I really like that matte green, a bit more Steve McQueen green with maybe a little touch of me in there as well. So I can't wait to get it. It's genuinely one of the best little do-it-all hero bikes. I keep singing its praises everywhere I go, but genuinely it's one of the best bikes. How do I feel today? I think today's going to be really good. The weather, we got really lucky with the weather. It said it was going to rain, so it was a 49% charge yesterday, but I've slept in a tent all night and I was actually relatively comfortable. Mark unfortunately slept in the van, but he tells me that was by design because you don't want to listen to him snoring. My nerves were a little bit pent up when I get to the start line, but after you've done the first 8-second run, it will be like any other event. I've got Snetterton next week, I've got Brands Hatch the week after, I've then got Brands Hatch in June. I'm ready, I'm set, so it's going to be good. I would just say thank you to LIND in general. They have been a family away from my real family. I absolutely love working with them. If they need anything else from me, just give me a shout. I'm always there. I've gone blank, everything you've told me, I've gone blank for, so.
Karl, what you got?
Second.